So welcome back, everybody, to the Uncommon Element podcast. I'm your host, Josh Meunier. Today, I'm excited to actually talk to you about a few things, about some conversations that I've been having that have been incredibly impactful on some other people's lives. And I hope to share some value with you today on, what you can do to start eliminating obstacles from your own life, which will bring you better fulfillment, joy, happiness, and ultimately success in whatever measure that you measure that in. Okay. So, just diving right into it. I'm a business coach. If you guys don't know that, that's part of what I do. I also run sales for Win Rate Consulting. I own my own design company called Free Space Studio. And then I've got this podcast as well as a couple other investment companies that I work on. And so I'm a busy guy, right? And sometimes it can be pretty hard to keep with that discipline and keep with the things that I know make me the most elite version of myself and what I look like 3 years from now. That's something that I focus on daily, of what that vision looks like. But then also additionally, what is my daily tasks? What do those need to look like? But what I've seen through the conversations that I've been having with other people, and one of the most impactful kind of exercises I walk my clients through, is something that identifies in their own mind kind of what that blissfulness is that they're trying to reach in regards to, the legacy that they leave, right? And it's one question, well, it's a series of questions, I should say, but it starts with the first question that I got from, Tim Grover, who is, obviously one of the greatest of all time in terms of mindset and working with some of those legends. And he asked each athlete, describe for me in one word, what is winning? Right? And there's a variation of conversations there that or feedback and answers that can really tell a lot about a person. So I started deploying that into what the conversations that I was having and still having with each and every one of my clients, and even with myself. I had to identify what is winning for me, and that's freedom. That's my answer is freedom. And we can dive a lot more deeply into that, but my retirement plans are going to be to live on a beach somewhere, not somewhere, down in Costa Rica, owning my own restaurant, bar, and hookah bar, that also has like a nightclub attached to it, and live in paradise. That's what I want, right? So that's part of my visualization. I understand that that's freedom, and I'm still doing things that I love. But I also had to ask myself, and I asked this of everyone else, and this is the most impactful question that you can ask yourself, when you're going through tough times, or you're not achieving the level that you're hoping to achieve, in your own life, and what that success and what you identify as success in those different pillars, right? In your family, in your friendships, in your personal relationship, and your marriage, right? What about your health and your fitness, your finances and your career, right? And then your faith and your spirituality, and what does success look like in that? Because that's the balance that we have to find. But there are things that hold us back from that. And it's important that we identify what those things are in our own mind, because ultimately we've been telling our subconscious mind for years upon years, in a lot of instances, I'm not worthy. I'm not capable of doing that. That scares me. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid to become that person, because that is the most elite version of you, and you're afraid to fail. And the most common answer I get to the question of, what's the biggest thing that's holding you back right now? Describe it in one word, is self-doubt. Self-doubt creeps in on everyone. It is the highest level of what holds you back from creating your own success, is you don't believe that you can do it. If you read anything from Napoleon Hill, or if you've been able to read that book, Think and Grow Rich, he talks about what the formula is for success. And you have to have a burning desire mixed with absolute faith that you can accomplish what you want in your life. And then on top of that, you have to have a definite plan. And this is that high level type of exercise that you can do with yourself that is going to allow you to develop that plan, that definite plan, so you can get that absolute faith that you will accomplish the goals that you're looking to accomplish and become uncommon. Because 85 to 90% of the people out there don't want that. You're listening to this podcast right now, I bet, because that's what you want. And that's what you've told yourself, that you can be operating at a higher level in your life. One thing that you need to realize and you have to understand is you deserve exactly where you are right now because of all the choices that you've made, good or bad. You have to accept that. You've earned your way there. You can earn your way into anything that you want or you truly desire if you're willing to actually engage with yourself and be a critic. You got to learn what the root cause is of your own self-doubt. Why is that holding you back from winning? Whatever you define that as. Once you get clear on that, you can really drill down on it and start asking yourself, well, why is that important? Why do I have this self-doubt? Okay, well, I'm afraid of all the work that's going to come with that, right? Okay, well, why are you afraid of that? Well, let's see. I just feel like I won't have a good quality of life, and I've been working in my business or working in my career in overdrive for so long. Okay, well, now figure out, why is that important? Why is that messing with you, right? And you keep drilling down, you keep asking yourself why, and you will get to the reason why you're afraid to become that person that you told yourself you wanted to be, that you told yourself is the most elite version of you. And if you go through that exercise, you will find out things and face things that you may not want to face. You may get emotional about it. That's good. That means you care. That means you're actually making progress. Because you deserve where you're at and you deserve where you're going to go in the future. And ultimately, you got to earn it. You got to earn it every single day. If you want to, whatever you want to do, okay, in your life, however you measure those success in those 6 fields, right? And you define those properly, you can actually set a plan around it to become successful. But you have to execute on that plan. And a lot of that does come back to, what you invest your time in is where you're going to reap the benefits. And that's a really good way of getting clarity on what are the things you need to remove, the not do list for the rest of your life, because it's holding you back from that ultimate achievement of your definition of winning. Satisfaction, whatever you want to call it, but honestly, it's winning. It's how did you win in your life? Because you can think about it. I guarantee you, if you think about what winning is, and when that thought goes through your mind, you're going to get a feeling. You're going to get this feeling of fulfillment. Like, yeah, man, I accomplished that. That was hard. I struggled and I busted my ass, but that was hard. And when you achieve those things, then honestly, we're bred to move on to the next thing, but you got to go back and realize what that feeling really felt like. And when you can identify that, that's what winning feels like. That's what, all those sacrifices and that satisfaction in your life feels like. And it's okay to win. It's okay to have that type of mentality and want that for you, want that for your family, want that in your friendships, want it in your marriage, want that for your partner. But you got to decide, and you got to face the fact that there are things right now that are holding you back. And the sooner you face them, and the sooner you figure out how to remove them, the sooner your life starts to take off. I love you guys. Thanks for listening. As always, if you get some value out of this, please pay the fee and, share it with your friends or someone that you feel like this will make an impact on. And just get clear on what you want, guys. That's the question you got to ask yourself. What do I want? But also, identify those two main factors, right? What is winning and what's holding you back? This is Josh. As always, I appreciate you all. Have a great one.